Welcome back to Jersey Matters. I'm Larry Menti. We are at the district office in Flemington, New Jersey of Congressman Lance, and we've dealt with a lot of issues. Let's tackle Obamacare. Something that you're working on that I had never heard before. And you want to make certain that insurance companies aren't bailed out by taxpayers if they end up taking a loss because of Obamacare. Is that in the bill?
It is in the law, and I don't think it's fair, and I don't think the American people should be subsidizing that. And I'm working with U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana on this issue. Bill Cassidy had been in the House of Representatives before he was elected to the Senate last November, and he and I sat next to each other on the House Energy and Commerce Committee, and this is known as the risk corridor provision in the President's health care legislation, and we do not think the American people should be subsidizing the insurance companies. And regarding Obamacare in general, there is an important Supreme Court case that will be decided by the end of June, and that case, which has already had oral arguments in the Supreme Court, that case will decide whether or not there can be subsidies to the federal exchange. Clearly there can be subsidies to the state exchanges, that's contained in the law, but many of us believe, and I am among them, many of us believe that the law is not written to permit subsidies to the federal exchange. It will be a closely contested case. I think either side could win. I think it's likely to be a divided Supreme Court. Based upon my reading of the black letter of the law, those subsidies were supposed to go to those in state exchanges.
Many of your colleagues ran on repealing Obamacare. Is that fight finished?
What I would say is that we need to replace Obamacare. I do not favor going back to the status quo that existed before the passage of the legislation, but I do think that we should replace it, and the Supreme Court decision on the subsidies will play a major role in this, in my judgment.
The Veterans Administration, is it fixed?
I don't know whether it's fixed yet, but certainly Congress is aware of the problems, particularly the problems that occurred in Phoenix. I'm privileged to have a veterans hospital in the district I serve, Lyons Veterans Hospital, and I have been at Lyons on several occasions recently, and I'm assured by the officials there that what happened in Phoenix has not happened here in Lyons, but we want to work with the new Secretary of Veterans Affairs to make sure that we have the highest standard for our veterans, because our veterans certainly deserve it.
Real quickly, let's just talk a little politics. Governor Chris Christie, are you going to support him if he runs for president?
I will definitely support Governor Christie if he runs for president.
And I get some thrown by that quick answer. So do you encourage him to run?
I believe that's a decision ultimately made by the candidate himself and probably his spouse and close family members. But certainly I think he should be in the presidential mix. That's a decision he and Mrs. Christie will make. But if Governor Christie announces for president, I will be fully supportive.
Congressman, I really appreciate the time. I know it was a lot of time, and I know you're very busy. Enjoy your trip back to Washington, and I hope you join us once again. I'd really appreciate that. Congressman Lance from the 7th Congressional District in New Jersey. That wraps up Jersey Matters. Stick around for another thing.